What's up YouTube? For tonight's video we have a full Dunsparce team. Right, we're using 6 of these little guys. It's going to be epic. Leave your theme team suggestions in the comment section below. As usual people, give me something original, give me something hot. Look at those playlists before you post anything as well. Alright, if you do want your theme team done through Patreon, you can check that out in the description of this video. Right, now I've had this theme team for so long, probably a year I reckon, or maybe 6 months to a year, and I haven't really got any amazing battles. This was definitely the best battle that I had with it. Alright, this one's against Lewis on my chat. If you do want to have a battle against me, head over to my chat. I accept battles there each day at a random time. Right, so we have a Grovile lead here. I'm going for Ancient Power here to try and get a Serene Grace boost. And I get one, which is just awesome there. Now, the Grovile, I believe, set up a Sword Dance there, so it's only going to be +1 in attack now because I did get a boost from the Ancient Power. Alright, I'm going to get Drain Punched here. That does 3/4 of my health, which is loads. It's going to get all of its health back. Now, I was actually running Flamethrower on this set. Now, I had Ancient Power, I had Flamethrower, I had Shadow Ball, and I had the Citrus Berry there just for a little bit of recovery too. And I think I had, I'm trying to remember what my other move was. I think I may have had Ice Beam. Okay, so that's Grovile down there. So that's a good start. And I got an Ancient Power boost. Alright, so out comes the Swanna here, and I was like, I could just go for the Ancient Power here again. Now, Swanna is running a physical set. It's going to go for a Brave Bird. So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to live this one. This is going to come very close. And I just tank it on 33 health. I can see it's got a bit of a recall there and Life Orb. So I'm going for the Ancient Power here, and I'm going to take it out there with the Ancient Power, and I get a second boost after on the Swanna. So things going like, I'm having like a magical start at the moment with 2 Ancient Power boosts. So I've got basically +2 in everything. So decent speed now, and very, very good bulk. The only thing is I'm only on a little bit of health. Alright, so in comes Eradicate here. No, sorry guys, I didn't have Ice Beam, I had Trump card on this. Speaking of Trump, so on this one I went for the Trump card. That used up. Now with the PP, right, the lower the PP gets, the higher the base power of Trump card gets. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use it on this one because Sucker Punch is going to outspeed me there and just be enough to take me out there with the guts. Okay, but yeah, Trump card, the more you use it, the more powerful it gets. Okay, so you'll never guess what I sent out after this. Dunsparce again, going for the double edge here. This is a choice banded set, and that just demolishes the Eradicate there. Unfortunately, I'm going to go down to the recoil damage because I took so much damage from Facade. It's very, very powerful. Okay, so still things are going like really, really well here. Right, so I'm thinking, what Pokemon should I send out? Now we've got the Vanillux here. This was a complete troll set. Okay, so this is an Assault Vest Bide set, and it's a troll set. It's really, really bad. Okay, so I'm going to hit by the Ice Beam there, and it just does under half health. I'm like, yes, this means I can get Unleashed Energy off, even if they do like swap or anything. So Bide does get priority after using. You store your energy, then you get a priority use like right afterwards. I just live on 7 health. I'm like, woo! So I'm gonna be able to get that Unleashed Energy off, and man, that did like 1,000 damage for that. Oh my god! So what Unleashed Energy does, if you don't know, it the amount of damage you take, it'll dish it back like basically double there. Okay, so in comes Pimpnite. Now I was most afraid of this Pokemon on the team here. I just went for Bide because that's the only move I was running on this. All the sets were real gimmicks. That was the fun of it. Unfortunately, it's going to be able to set curses up on me. So I'm like, oh, I was expecting Power Up Punch or something like that just to take me out. So I just left it in. It's fodder anyway. Alright, so it's going to get a couple of curses up here, which is no good. This thing is very, very bulky, and I'm sure it's got Everlight too. Haven't seen any of his other moves, but I was guessing it had like Power Up Punch or something, but it goes for Fire Up Punch. Fire Up Punch. I just made a new move. Fire Punch there. So that's half my Dunsparce team down. But things are still going pretty good. But the Pimpnite does have 2 curses up. Alright, so going for the Toxic here. Now this was my Toxic, Coil, Bind set with Roost. So Bind, Coil boosts your defense and gives Bind 100% accuracy there. And Toxic pretty much traps it in. Now, I had to really speed this bit up because this was the longest part of the battle here. So there was really nothing I could swap into Pimpnite at all, except for my own Dunsparce set. The other ones just definitely couldn't like take it out at all. So I had to do this, and this was the longest bit here. Unfortunately, it had rest, so this was like more of a I knew that I had more PP because Bind's got like I think it's got like 65 PP or something crazy like that. So it's got a lot of PP. That's what I was like counting on here. Okay. So Pimpnite's just going to keep setting up curses there. The only thing I was really worried about here was getting burned or critted. That was my main worries there. Okay, so going for bind there, and the Pimpnite is going to go for rest again. So so what am I going to do here? I'm going to have to like let's swap out and try something. So I went into my other set. This was I think this was a special set. Unfortunately, I get Sleep Talk, Rest, Fire Punch to the face. So that was very unlucky. So I swap in my Dunsparce again, the same other one. Trying to set up the coils again there. Fire Punch is doing so much damage now that I swapped out. I'm just basically using Roost. I need to try and use up Fire Punch, right? Fire Punch has more PP than Roost. However, I've got Coil and some other things. So if I can get like a couple of coils up, I might be able to do it. Okay, so the Pimpnite is going to go for a curse again. I'm setting up my coils here, just trying to boost my defense. Now, I took a big risk here. I'm like, let's go for coil again because I'm going to actually PP out of Roost here. And I just live with 16 health. I tanked that one. And since it's running curse, I'm actually faster than it. So here I'm able to just basically get around it and get some coil boosts up. The idea here was I was trying to use coil while the Pimpnite was using Fire Punch there, so I could try and PP stall it out. Since Roost, as I explained before, doesn't have quite as much PP as the Fire Punch there. So I was actually pretty confident I could like tank this, and I leave again on 4 health. I was being very, very greedy with my coils, but at the same time I had to be, otherwise I was going to like definitely lose this match up there. So going for coils, lots of coils again there, and the Fire Punch is just not doing anything to me anymore. So it was really good because clearly the only move I had was Fire Punch there to use Curse, and then I get critted. I'm like, no, that really, really sucks. So I'm down to my last Dunsparce. Things are not looking too hot at the moment. So this was a little bit of a different Dunsparce. Now, this was a Charge Beam, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Snore one. Now, Snore actually has a high flinch ratio, right? So I wanted to make use of that. Alright, so Embor. Pimpnite's going to go for the Fire Punch again, and I get burned. I'm like, yay, of course that happened. And I've got Rocky Helmet on this one too. And now, Snore with Serene Grace has a very high chance of flinching, which is what I want to try and do. So going for the rest here, I had to go to rest, just go to sleep there because I wanted to try and get those snores happening. Okay, so all my health back. I know that it can't one-shot me, but it's still going to do like a hell of a lot of damage there. Plus I'm going to get a little bit of Rocky Helmet damage is what I want there too. Okay, so I need to take this thing out. So it's quite funny when you use Sleep Talk right, you can still get Snore, but you can use Snore anyway. You don't have to use Sleep Talk. It's just a fun fact if you didn't know that one. Okay, so I get a flinch there, which is nice. Going for the Snore again here on the Dunsparce. Now I was like, well, if I can go for Snore, then go for Rest again, and then go for Snore again, I might be able to get rid of this Pimpnite if it does attack me again. Okay, so going to sleep again with the Dunsparce. All rested up there. Now, the only thing I was worried about was a crit, obviously, like the last time, and that does like lots of damage to me still there. Now, I was running max health and max defense on this Dunsparce. That's probably why, if you're wondering, that's why I'm taking these so well, considering he's got so many boosts. Okay, so going for Snore again, and the Pimpnite is down. I'm like, well, that took like ages. Okay, so the last Pokemon they had was the Rampardos. So I was like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to get past this thing. Like, I'm asleep, and it's going to outspeed me. So that was about it for this battle, guys. It was a very close one there in the end, and I was so glad I got to try for a lot of my Dunsparce set. I hope you enjoyed some of the creativity. Okay, guys, peace out.